Let's play some hockey. Stars Blues Game 3, series tied at 1. Well, Blues wins have been nail-biting finishes.
History, Jeff. Okay, your game will be the opening game of the Nat Stadium.
Clearly, the Wizards are not the same team that they were in the beginning of this season. They are definitely a force to be reckoned with. You could see the defending champions here tonight playing a back-and-forth game all night long. And they say that basically he influenced.
Hey guys, anyway, hey, welcome to The Hustle. I know I'm looking like over here because I'm trying to kind of get used to like this whole difference of shot, like from this perspective. But anyway, I'm not staying here. I'm just trying some different effects with this show. So hopefully you'll like it. Maybe Igor could go back a little bit too. Igor, can you go back a little bit? Hey, this is like live. Yeah, zoom out just a little bit. Yeah. Zoom out a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Yeah, so people get a real sense. Yes, that's good, right? Yeah, that's perfect. Then people get an idea as to what I'm doing, what the set looks like. You know what I mean, right? This is WLVS Radio. Yes, I'm telling you, see? We just do different things. We make things come alive around here. And it's so cool. I love all of this behind me, but I never get to show that during my show. So it's like I wanted to just do something different and to offer like a different effect and kind of be like, you know what? I'm going to be here. I'm going to be over there. I'm going to be everywhere today. So Igor, who is, my main man, will be worked a little bit today. But anyway, Igor doesn't mind. He's from, Serbia. So, he's tough. Just like a Serbian. But anyway, so look, the playoffs are going on. I know so much is going on in the playoffs, and I have been nothing but wrong. I mean, I called for Boston to sweep Milwaukee. We know that didn't happen, right? I think Boston won their very first game, and that's it. What else did I call? And I was wrong each and every night because I kept saying Boston was going to win each and every night, and they didn't win. So that happened. What else happened? I called for the Clippers to take out Golden State, and I must admit that I knew the Clippers were going to be tough defensively for Golden State. And to me, they have been probably the toughest team defensively because they really are strong. And plus, God knows, they got Jerry West as the GM. And they also have Doc Rivers coaching them. Hello. So we know that team is a well-oiled machine, well-manufactured, well-coached, and all of that. So, I mean, there's just so much legacy between Doc Rivers and Jerry West over there with that team team was going to dominate and that they would do well. Unfortunately, they had to play the best team in the West to reach their goals and to come back from being down like 30 points with Kevin Durant in the game, I must admit. So that's pretty good. I got to say that I'm behind. I think the Clippers are going to be a force to be reckoned with next year. They just need a little more firepower, and they're going to be okay because Lou Williams can't do everything for that team. But they are a solid team. They play. They're just so good, and I love them on the defensive side of the floor. I love Lou Williams. They just need some help on the offensive side. But I think that's a really solid team. Anyway, I was wrong with that. Then I have to admit, because I just have people around me that want to constantly remind me of how wrong I am. So I feel like who better to let the world know how wrong I am but me? Exactly, right? Right. Why should I sit up here and let everybody come out and tell me that I'm wrong? I might as well tell people I'm wrong myself and beat all of them to the punch. Okay. Third wrong call was that Houston was going to beat Golden State. I just knew Houston was going to beat. And then when, obviously Boogie was not going to be available, then Kevin Durant goes out. Hello. Houston played better when Kevin Durant was in the game. They came back from a 20-point deficit. And then on top of that, they still lose. And then they go on to lose the next game, and everybody was healthy basically with Houston. So there was really no excuse. Houston really failed me. Yes, I'm just going to go ahead and say that they failed me. I didn't fail them. They failed me. Anyway, so I was wrong on that one. Oh my God, I have been so wrong these playoffs. These playoffs have been so difficult to really predict. And normally I can predict it pretty good, but this particular year, I've been really off. And I thought the 76ers were going to be able to handle the Raptors, and I was wrong about that too. And I also called for the 76ers to be a much better team in the regular season as well. And to me, they had a lot of issues, and I just don't feel like they have enough firepower, unfortunately. And I find Joel Embiid, although he's a talent, I just find him to be a little lazy as a center. So, unfortunately, I was wrong on that one. So I'm like, damn, can I get a break around here or what? I mean, how wrong can you get? I think I was betting. I've been betting with a few people. I think with one person, I have won maybe 3 predictions. And with somebody else, I've been dead wrong from the regular season. So, and then I did a show out in Maryland, and I called for the sweep. Boston was going to sweep Milwaukee. That's got to be one of the dumbest predictions ever. So I promise to do better, okay? But I must admit that I tend to go out on the limb and really look for the underdog. And I try to put my support behind the underdog. And that's really what I did. So for those of you who picked home team courts all the time, you didn't take no risk. You just picked the home team. That's all you did. So really, you just won by default. You didn't win because you just picked something out of a hat and you made a call and you somehow had like a bunch of options and you happened to pick the right answer. No, you just went with the home team. So whatever. You guys, I'm going to go ahead and say this, that even though I was wrong, I won that wrong simply because the people that I have been going against really were people that were just picking the home team. So anyway, blah. Okay, now, my next one was, okay, what was the other one? Okay, Raptors. Okay, I think that Milwaukee will probably eventually beat out the Raptors because the Raptors, unfortunately, even though they have Kawhi Leonard, they're not probably going to be able to overcome Giannis, the Greek freak. He's difficult. They shut him down last game, and they were unsuccessful in shutting him down the 2 games before that. So tonight, I think maybe Milwaukee has a chance. If it goes 2-2, then it's going to definitely go 7. But if they win tonight, then it's going to be over for the Raptors because I think the Milwaukee Bucks will end up going to the finals. And I'm putting my support behind Milwaukee Bucks. I'm definitely putting my support behind them. So I'm going to call it now. I believe Milwaukee will be successful in the finals. I know I'm going against probably the best team, one of the best teams in the league that for a long time, okay? Probably since maybe Chicago Bulls when Michael Jordan played, right? We have not seen a team dominate in the way that Golden State has, and I have nothing but full respect, okay? Hey, this is a live studio, so you're going to see a whole lot of action. You're going to see people walking back and forth like Jeremy and all these people coming back and forth. Anyway, because normally you wouldn't see all this because I'd be sitting over there at the desk. But now that you see all the action, I think it'll be much more interesting to see all of the color, right? The color that comes around when I'm taping and the fun that goes on that just kind of takes me and I have to maintain my focus and keep talking and act like nothing else is happening but what I'm talking about. But there's a whole bunch of stuff that takes place while I'm taping, and you guys get to see it because this time I turn the cameras around and we're going to be taping from this side. So you're going to actually be seeing a whole lot more action because, you know, I just like to have fun. You know that. I love to have me some fun. And so because, and I think my show is pretty fun, but I just wanted to I figured, well, maybe I need to take the approach of my own show, which is called The Hustle, yes, but maybe I need to change up my hustle, right? And make my hustle more of a hustle. And that is to show the hustle that goes on behind the scenes at WLVS radio while my hustle is going on. So why not show that, right? That's brilliant. Anyway, Jeremy should really, you can't take that, Jeremy. But anyway, so a lot more fun, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on. One day we're going to do a show, and I'm going to take you out there, because this is even more fun out there, right across from Howard University, where I come from. And I come from just down the street, literally grew up in this neighborhood from high school on. So this neighborhood is very special to me. And it just is so interesting that I get to come home and do a show right where I kind of grew up. And, you know, I used to be this 14, 15-year-old girl just down the street here. And I worked over there at small business, at School of Business, but I was really in School of C. But I figured, you know what? I need to learn writing and I need to learn business. So I took it all in. So I did everything at Howard University. But anyway, back to Golden State. Golden State is one of the best teams that I have seen in a long time. Okay, and when I say best teams, I did not realize that without Kevin Durant, and I've seen this team win without Kevin Durant, okay? But they won against Cleveland. And back then, Cleveland did not have Kyrie, did not have Kevin Love, had Dellavedova, and, you know, and back then they easily beat Cleveland and took them out, okay, LeBron's team. But then the next year, you know, they won 73 games, okay, 73 wins. And LeBron still took him out. But this time he had Kyrie. This time he had Kevin Love in the game. Although, and Golden State didn't have Draymond Green. I know, I get that. But nonetheless, he was able to put that squad together and out-hustle the real hustlers. And so that's why I just wanted to have a conversation about Golden State and their hustle, because despite the fact that I have to put my mouth together and give them this level of respect, and it makes me mad. And the only reason why I'm mad, I really like Golden State. I'm just mad that Kevin Durant, you know, I just don't like his attitude sometimes. And I find him to be very condescending to the media. So I see him with different eyes because I've seen him on the other side when we're trying to have conversations with him, and he is extremely rude to us. So that's the only reason why I have my little pet peeves, that's all. But other than that, I think that's a really solid team. And to show how solid they are, they have no Boogie. They have no Kevin Durant. And they have a guy by the name of Kevon Looney, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. And they have done nothing but show up in the third and fourth quarters and take this and beat out Houston and now beat out Trailblazers and sweep the Trailblazers. Even if you do not like this team, you have to, at the end of the day, have nothing but respect for the fact that they've lost two of their major players in this lineup, and they're still winning. They are still winning. This will be their fifth finals appearance straight, their fifth straight finals appearance as a team. And they're breaking all kinds of records. Thank you, Trailblazers, for that, too. I mean, my goodness, the most points for this, and the most points of that, and the most points of this. I mean, wow. I'm like, damn. I can understand they're beating you, but don't let them break some records on you. Anyway, so they're breaking some records, too. So what can we say? But Golden State, I mean, is a very solid team, but I can't wait to see the matchup with Milwaukee, I believe. I just don't think the Raptors have enough firepower and enough defense to control this team, to control Golden State. But we'll see. You know, in a few weeks, I'm going to have my guys back on. You know, Keith Williams, hopefully he'll be back on. And some of his friends, yes. Darren McClinton, hopefully he will be back on. And we're going to have those guys, and we're going to consult with them and figure out what their perspective is and find out how wrong they were, because I think Keith Williams was wrong. I don't believe Darren was wrong, though. And, you know, he's letting the world know that he made the right predictions. But anyway, so I did want to talk about that. I'm probably going to save some other stuff that I want to talk about, which was, I don't know if you saw this, but Magic Johnson was on First Take yesterday, and he talked about leaving the Lakers. So I definitely want to talk about that. I'm supposed to have a guest today, a surprise guest. And I don't know where he is right now. So, but anyway, so I am going to be right back. I'm actually going to take a break. I'm going to come back because I want to bring on my other guest, okay? And that is Cameron Gant. Let me just tell you who Cameron is. Cameron is not necessarily a reporter, okay? But Cameron is my friend. I know him from being at the Wizards games all the time. In the media area, he helps out. He does a lot of stuff for Monumental Sports. Regarding the media part, the media side of Monumental Sports. He does a lot of stuff. So I'm figuring, why not have Cameron, even though he's not a reporter, he could probably give, you know, just some whatever kind of inside to the inside he could provide. So I'm going to hit him with some questions, not just about the Wizards, though, but I'm also going to talk to him about the Washington Valor. I don't know if you guys know that, but about the Washington Valor, they are the arena football team that Ted Lee owns, who owns the Washington Wizards, owns his own arena football team, the Washington Valor and the Baltimore Brigade, okay? They are brothers, but there is a major, major battle between these two teams. And last year, the Washington Valor Arena football team won the championship for arena football, okay? And they beat out their brothers. So there's a lot of tension between these two teams. Anyway, so Cameron's going to talk about that. And we're also going to get into the Washington Mystics and find out what's going on with them, with Elena Della Dunn, Christy Tolliver, Emma Meesman, all of the ladies there at the Washington Mystics. So don't move. I'm coming right back. I'm staying right here because I like this spot. I don't feel like being over there today. I feel like being right here, Igor. So I'm going to stay over here, okay? Can we do that? We can do that? Cool. All right. So I'm going to stay over here because I happen to like this, you know. Plus, you guys get to see my outfit. I'm wearing some cute things, and y'all never get to see it. I mean, it's just, I feel like, damn, they didn't get to see my cute little outfit. And I ain't wear something that cute today. But next time, I'm going to wear something really cute now that I'm standing, like, I'm going to be doing my show, like, from right here. So, anyway, you know me. I like to be standing up having fun. So, anyway, I'm coming right back with Cameron. I'm going to call Cameron now. So when we get back, we'll have Cameron on the line. Okay? All right, don't go anywhere. That's right. It's The Hustle right here at WLVS Radio, right across from Howard University, right here. Don't go anywhere. I'm coming right back. You know, Muhammad Ali, and he said, listen, what you
a second, but I just wish that you could elaborate a little bit more about what it felt like to go through that elimination game. And given that opportunity this year, how would you guys do it differently? And if you both could answer the question, I'd appreciate it.
Well, differently is coming into this season without having knee surgeries and everybody being healthy. That's the key for our team. Hurt.
He left 93 seconds into the first quarter. He collided with a teammate and hurt his left knee. Don't know what's going to happen for the future with the playoffs, but anyway, Kevin Durant never returned back to the game.
Hey everybody, I'm Alina Neves, courtside at Capital One Arena, where the Washington Wizards, who are 9-5, take on the Miami Heat, who are 6-8. Now, as you know, the Washington Wizards beat the Heat in Miami, so tonight's going to definitely be a revenge for the Miami Heat. And the big scorer tonight was Bradley Beal with 24 points and 8 assists, as well as Otto Porter. Well, he had 23 points. He was just extraordinary tonight, very clutch. And Thomas Satoransky, who's in for John Wall, he's still out dealing with his knee. Well, he had 10 assists. He is definitely stepping up as their starting point guard. Anyway, a great win. Talked to Scott Brooks. He said tonight the game plan was just basically to step up defensively and to make the 76ers make mistakes. And that's exactly what the Washington Wizards did tonight. A great game and a much needed win for them, especially in this series. They tied up 2 apiece now with the 76ers. Important game as they approach playoffs and playoff seeding. Washington goes down to Cleveland in their first game against the NBA champions at home, 95-104. John Wall finished up with 28 points while Markieff Morris had 20 points. It was a great night for the Wizards despite the fact that they were without their shooting guard. Bradley Beal had injured his hamstring in the game against Boston. He had to sit this one out. A tough one, but one that the Wizards could definitely build momentum from as well as be proud of. And on a side note, LeBron James, he finishes up with 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists, as well as he surpassed Kobe Bryant's record of being the youngest player to reach the 27,000 point milestone. If you're into tennis, then the Junior Tennis Championship Center is the place to be today. Recently named the title sponsor for this premier event, Prince George's County will host top-ranked juniors from around the world competing in this year's 3rd annual International Tennis Federation's Hardcourt Junior Tournament right here on the campus of JTCC. Now, they kicked off today's festivities with a very special luncheon, which featured some local government officials, but one person in attendance today was a local teenager who just happens to be the #1 junior in the world.
This tournament represents a lot of the things that Prince George's County means to the county executive. One, it has possibilities. This was the inaugural event, so we wanted to be a sponsor of that. We also wanted to make the folks in the county aware of this jewel.
And being #1 in the country it's really nice, but it's also a big responsibility. Everyone's trying to get on top of you, trying to get the win over you, so it's unbelievable, but it's also a lot of responsibility behind it.
They actually approached the county, representatives from Maryland University, to ask us to be a title sponsor for this event. They talked about a lot of the kids that are coming from around the world, and they didn't actually have all of the funding to provide housing for these students. So they reached out to the county and the Economic Development Corporation and asked us if we would help financially by being a title sponsor, and we were so happy to be able to do that.
How did you get involved in tennis? I hear that it was your dad. Is that true?
Yeah, my dad got me into tennis. He's working here, and I thought it was really cool, so I started picking it up, and ever since then, it's nice playing.
Since its inception, JTCC has been the crown jewel in Prince George's County, bringing in national tournaments and international tennis competitions. It's no surprise that one of their shining stars took part in today's festivities. His name, Francis Tiafoe. Just
can you hear me clear?
Yes. Just Yep, okay, cool. We can hear you. Anyway, hey guys, back to the hustle with your girl Alina 7. And guess what? I have a special guest in the studio with me, which is actually my son. So he is my special guest along with Cameron today. So, he had to do a few little things. So he was a little late to the show. But anyway, Cameron, I just wanted to talk to you for a minute, and then I'll talk with PJ. But PJ, feel free if you have a question for Cameron, okay? If you want to ask him anything. But Cameron, can we just talk really quickly about, so Cameron, just tell them you work there at Monumental. You're not necessarily a reporter, but you do know some stuff. And so
Say that last part one more time.
I said, you're not necessarily a sports reporter, but you know things about the Wizards. So who better to talk to but somebody on the inside, right?
That's fact.
But Cam, not that you're going to let out all the secrets, right? We're just asking you some things. Okay, so Cameron, I just want to ask you real quick. What's taking so long with getting a GM?
Well, from what I understand is they had their eyes set on Tim Connolly from the Nuggets.
Okay.
And they had to wait for the Nuggets to get put out the playoffs for one.
Okay. But then I heard he's not going to do it though, right?
Huh?
He's not leaving Denver.
No, he's not leaving Denver. There are multiple reports of different things, so it's like a conflict of reports. One that says that the Wizards offered him a 4-year deal.
Okay.
But he wanted 5. And then there are also reports, like I was saying, Candace Buckner, Chris Miller, a few others say that there was the Wizards did not offer a contract. There was a number that was offered, like years or money. So it was more so based on a visit with Ted Leonsis and family. And they said he didn't even come to the facility. He didn't come to the arena. It was more so to his house, But it just, he just went back to Denver and they offered him a better.
They just offered him a better.
We built everything from the ground up.
Right.
And we have a lot of young pieces, including Michael Porter Jr. didn't even play this year because he was hurt. So that's already a big plus for the Denver Nuggets. The sky is the limit for those boys over there. They're looking really good for the future.
Oh, I know.
And the Wizards have that contract with John Wall as well that you have to worry about, along with his injury. He tore his Achilles, so he's going to be out for possibly a whole season.
Right.
That will, from what I understand, it won't hurt the Wizards because I think that he has to play a certain amount of games for them to pay him for that year. So I think insurance will pay most of his contract.
Yes, right. I did hear that after a certain amount of games.
Bradley Beal, who's had an amazing season and possibly could be seeing a supermax. So he's a hot commodity in the league right now. He's on the radar for trades from the Lakers. I think I heard the Pacers name pop up. Just a few teams to name. And you want to, build for the future. We got to erase this mess that Ernie Brunfield created. So
you said that. Wait a minute, you said that, not me.
I'm just saying, I'm not a big fan of what Ernie Brunfield has done the last few years. That's just me personally.
Okay.
I don't care who hears me. I'm just not a big fan. Even my boss knows how I feel about that. So.
Oh, wait a minute. Even your boss knows at Monumental. Wow, really? And I thought everybody was boo-hooing when he left. But I guess maybe that wasn't the case then. Okay, that's some information. Didn't know that one.
I don't call too many people that boo-hooed when Ernie Brunfield left or got let go. Everybody it was like a big celebration in a way, like a dark cloud had lifted over the arena.
Right. Oh, wow. You guys are really mum on the word over there. It
finally happened.
What'd you say?
It finally happened. Yes, it was a celebration. Great times. Not as good as when the Capitals won the championship last year, though.
Right. I'm sorry, the what?
I said it was a big celebration, but not as much as good as when the Capitals won the championship last year.
Oh, I know. No. Oh, I know.
Right,
but then they turn around and don't give the coach of the Capitals the money
yeah. Well,
and
from what I
holding him
understand,
to
there was,
an
he wasn't
old,
gonna stay.
antiquated contract that was
Right.
not fair to him and Barry Trotz. And then what does he do? He turns around and he beats us, and then we don't even move forward in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
they got put out in the second round though. Barry Trotz and the Islanders.
Yes.
But the thing about that Barry Trotz situation that a lot of people fail to realize is that Barry Trotz didn't get along with the GM that was appointed. Because remember, we let go our GM like a year and a half ago, I want to say, or a year ago.
Okay.
And we got a new GM last year or a year before. That GM didn't get along with Barry Trotz very well, and it didn't matter what kind of contract we extended Barry Trotz, he wasn't staying.
Okay. I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
That's
Well,
just the honesty.
you know what? I love how you are really good, Cameron. You are really giving us some good info.
I had a question for you, Mr. Cameron.
My son got a question for you, Cam. My son is PJ, by the way. Go ahead, Vic.
How you doing, Mr. Cameron?
How you doing?
I'm good. My question was, who do you think the Wizards are gonna draft?
Ooh.
Who I think they're going to draft?
Yeah.
Well, for one, with the ninth pick, I know, like I said, as far as the Bradley Beal situation, we don't know what that's going to bring as far as if we're going to trade him to the Lakers for a fourth pick. They have the fourth pick, and then we could trade Bradley Beal to the Lakers for that fourth pick. I'm not upset about that at all. But with the ninth pick, I don't know right now. I mean, from what I saw was Rui Hachimura was really high for them. Jackson Hayes was one of those big men that they were looking at. I'm not interested in them going after Bol Bol anymore after the information that I've seen from the combine with him dropping to 208 pounds with that frame.
Really?
It's up in the air right now.
So
who
there's
would you
no
want the
one
Wizards to go after?
But Cameron, is there anyone that you guys are excited about at the Wizards, or that you guys are talking about behind the scenes?
No. It's all about the main thing is positioning right now, because we don't know what the team is actually going to look like in like a few weeks to a month. Like I told you, with the Bradley Beal situation, we don't know if we're going to have to replace Bradley Beal with another, up and coming forward. You know what I mean?
Right.
As far as on the wing. We already have Thomas Bryant and Dwight Howard, and we still have Jan Mahinmi, unfortunately. I'm sorry, that's it out loud. But it's just. It is what it is, as far as that contract goes. That's another good Renfield move.
I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one.
It's just,
I'm with you on that one.
that contract is just not. He's not living up to that contract. That's all.
No, that $64 million contract was crazy.
We need something on the wing, though. We do need something on the wing. I would love to get Cam Reddish, me personally, if he's available. From Duke.
Reddish.
Oh, Reddish.
Yeah, I would love to get Cam Reddish. But Hachimura wouldn't be a bad pickup. 6'8", can score
Say his
in the
name again?
post, can score off the dribble, can get you some rebounds, can shoot the ball.
What's his name?
Nice,
Wait,
man.
what's
Nice
his name,
power forward.
Cameron? Who did you just say? You said somebody else.
Rui Hachimura. He played for Gonzaga. He's the 6'8" power forward from Gonzaga.
Oh, okay. I said that. I thought you were talking about someone else.
Hachimura is pretty good, man. I looked at a lot of film of him as well as watching in the tournament.
Wow.
He's really good. I usually don't like Gonzaga players because they play in a very weak conference.
Yes.
And they're not tested until they get to the tournament.
Until they get to the
really
tournament.
Mm-hmm. He's from Japan, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
So you.
But.
Yeah. So so just not switching, but just if a GM comes in, what's the likelihood of him maybe coming in and saying, "I want to trade Bradley Beal"? That's about the only person you got on here that's you can get something for at this point.
Right. And what's your question about that?
What do you think about that? If a GM comes in and he says, "I'm trading Bradley Beal," does Ted Leonsis say you're crazy, I'm not going to allow it? Or do you think that are they willing to step in that lane and truly do things that they may need to do to be successful?
As far as just putting your heart to the side and doing what's needed for the franchise?
Yes.
I love Bradley Beal. I frankly think that he's one of the best things that's happened to the Washington Wizards in years.
Yes,
and,
me too.
It's going to hurt, but unfortunately, the situation that the team is in, we have to make that decision. Like, he's the only thing that we have that we can move at this point. We can't move John Wall. Nobody's going to take John Wall's contract or the fact that he's injured right now. And we don't know where he'll be or what condition he'll be in once he's finished recovering from that Achilles injury. He's going to lose his athleticism or, speed, which is really a lot of his game. You can't do anything with him. But with Bradley Beal, man, the kid was putting up numbers this year. I think he averaged like 20, 25 or 26 and 5 and 5. It was some crazy numbers.
Right.
But, he's one of the best shooting guards in the league, and a lot of teams are looking at him.
Right.
I would definitely consider it, depending on what's out there, like what's offered. You can get something good like what I named, like a fourth-round pick. I mean, not a fourth round, excuse me, a fourth pick in the draft from the Lakers. I think I heard Ingram and Kuzma. That's a felon argument right there. I could take that, and do something with that. They also said like a 2021 future pick. That all of that can build your future. You can get a point guard or get like somebody like a Kobe White with the fourth pick or something like that.
Right.
Basically to start over. You know what I mean? Like it's a rebuild at that point. Get you a point guard for that year and get you a big man.
Yeah.
Or
because
you
I
can
think
get you a point guard and get you a wing, either or. But you have more options with a fourth and ninth pick compared to just having a ninth pick.
Yeah, because I think that you got to blow up this team a little bit. But let's switch over to the Washington Valor and then finalize it with the Washington Mystics. The Washington Valor are they're 2-2 right now. They're just kicking off their season, right?
Yeah, they're 2-2 right now. They just won against Philadelphia Soul a couple of days ago, actually.
And they're playing pretty good, right? They're 2-0 at home, maybe 0-2 on the road, but
yeah,
you're right. Yeah, so they're kind of, I think Baltimore. I think they lost to their own brother team, but I think that's probably because they beat them, right?
I think they're ahead of us by 2 games. I think one game. I think it's 1 game. If I'm mistaken, let me check real quick. They are actually they're tied with us. Excuse me.
Oh, they're tied.
They're 2 as well. Yeah, they're tied. There's only one team in the AFL right now that's just dogging everybody, and that's the Albany Empire. They're 4-0 right now.
Oh wow! Wait a minute, Albany's team.
Yeah, everybody else is 2-2, except for like Columbus. Columbus is going 4.
Oh, okay.
It's only 6 teams in the AFL, so it's a short season. As you know, the Valor just raised the banner last weekend, or not this past weekend, but last weekend.
Oh, that's exciting. But that banner is the banner that basically is commemorating the fact that they won the Arena Football Championship, right? Last year.
Yeah, 2018. That's last year.
2018.
Yep.
That's exceptional, though. I mean, that's wonderful. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
right?
actually a banner in the arena. Like, it's another banner that's going to be at the Capital One Arena. Like
the Capital One Arena. Oh, I have to see it because I haven't been to a Valor or a preseason game for the Mystics. I know the Mystics, they kick off this weekend. They're
going to be in the new arena.
Now they're going to be
at Capital One. They're going to be in the new arena.
Okay, they're going to be at the new arena. They will not be at Capital One Arena.
No, they don't play there anymore.
Right. Okay,
so they play at the facility over in Congress Heights.
Right, Congress Heights. So they will be there. Now, they do have Emma Meesman this year, which is really good. But I hear she's leaving in June to go to Europe because she's got some responsibility, some stuff she's got to do for the EuroLeague. Then she comes back in time if they make it into the playoffs, correct?
Right. The thing with Emma Meesman, as you know, she missed 2 seasons for playing for her team in Belgium, I think. It was Belgium, right? I think it's Belgium. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, I think
Belgium.
Belgium.
Her home team,
or the EuroLeague
team that she played for. She basically has been playing over there for like the past 2 years. She missed last season.
Right.
And the season before. From what I understand, she will be playing with the Mystics this year. They're going to have her come off the bench.
Okay.
Because they don't want to mess that chemistry up that got them to the championship last year, which would be, if I recall, I saw Christy Tolliver at the point. Natasha Cloud at the 2, the shooting guard, and they're going to have Ariel Atkins, their rookie from last year, at the 3, which is going to be small forward.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and of course, you know, Elena Deladon at the 4 and Latoya Sanders at the 5, which would be the center. So,
wait a minute.
Yeah,
so wait, who's going to be the starter, though? Is it going to be Emma?
Emma's not starting, no.
Oh, she's not going to start. Okay, so Victoria will start.
Yeah, they're starting with Latoya Sanders at the center, and Elena Deladon at the power forward.
Okay, awesome. I cannot wait because, you know, I was looking, Cameron, and they're supposedly really, they're projected to maybe win it this year because, Maya Moore.
Let me talk to you about that.
So tell me about this. I mean, I'm just like, we don't know this here in D.C. I'm like, D.C., do you realize that the Washington Mystics have been projected to win this year because Diana Taurasi is out. She's injured or got back surgery. Candace Parker injured. I mean, and Maya Moore's not coming back. So what do you think about this projection? She's taking on.
To add on to that, you failed to mention that there was an injury that occurred recently. Besides Breanna Stewart that already tore her Achilles overseas,
Breanna
Sue
Stewart
Bird has also been reported to miss this season as well with the torn ACL as well.
Right, Seattle Storm, Breanna Stewart. Yes, that's the one that can make threes. She's like the Steph Curry of the WNBA. Hey, there are people walking in and out. This is like live TV at its finest. So I'm just like.
Well, like I said, Sue Bird was pretty much. She's like the catalyst for that team. Like she makes everything run over there, and she will be out for the season.
Who, Sue Bird too, or just Breanna Stewart?
Sue Bird, yeah, she tore ACL. I just saw that today.
Sue Bird tore her ACL and Breanna Stewart.
Yes.
Wait, Breanna Stewart tore Achilles.
Breanna Stewart tore Achilles.
Oh my God, Seattle's out. So, I mean, that's what I heard. I heard that we need the community to come out and support the Washington Mystics and take them all the way this year. They are an even better team. I mean, they are really, really good. There's a lot going on in the studio right now. Just chill out, have fun. This is new. This is a new normal in TV, radio, internet land. So just enjoy. Watch, the live action going on because most times you guys don't even get to see all this stuff. I'm doing all this. I'm seeing everything. But this time I figured let's turn the cameras around and really show what goes on at WLVS. Yes, I'm sure Jeremy is appreciating what I'm doing right now.
Check this out, though.
Okay, go ahead.
The thing about the Mystics this season, of course, they made it to the finals last year.
Okay.
So they have a solid foundation. Now, they still had a draft, and they still had a pick in the draft, and they had a 10th pick. Their 10th overall pick is going to be out for 3 to 4 months.
Why?
She had to get some kind of a surgery on her knee.
On her knee, scoping.
Yeah, she had to get surgery on her knee, and she'll be out. Her name is...
Is this the one from NC State?
Sorry.
Is this the one from NC State?
Off the top. Let me look it up real quick.
Wait, Cam, but is this the one from NC State?
CJ Leslie's sister.
Who?
CJ Leslie was a draft pick. He got drafted in the NBA a few years ago from North Carolina State.
Yeah.
His sister plays for the Mystics now.
Right. Are you talking about the girl that goes to NC State, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
okay, that's the one my daughter was telling me. Yeah, because my daughter goes to NC State. She was telling me, oh, Ma, this girl that I know here got drafted by the Washington Mystics.
Tiara Leslie, that's her name. Tiara Leslie.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's
she'll be out for.
So if they make it to the playoffs this year, she can come back.
She can come back and help them.
She's basically like a good backup point guard, but she's a wing defender as well. Yeah, she can play. That girl can play.
Wow.
She's a 3-and-D player. And from what I understand, Tom Thibodeau was definitely looking for to Thibault was looking for he was looking for a 3-and-D player in the draft, and he got her.
And he got
their other draft pick, they just waived. I can't think how to say her name. Fieldberg. I think that's her name.
Okay.
She got drafted out of Louisville.
Okay.
And she got waived today.
Oh, she
actually.
got waived today.
Yeah,
wow.
They're just getting their roster together for the first game that will be on June 1st.
Yep.
Yep.
And they
June
play,
1st.
but doesn't the Mystics play this Saturday?
No, the Mystics, you're talking about as far as no, they just played against the Atlanta Dream. I don't think they have any more preseason games.
Oh, they don't have any more preseason.
Right.
Okay.
I didn't even know that.
Preseason is over.
WLVS has preseason games?
Yes, they have preseason. Yes, they do. Yep. So
Yep,
they're
they had 2 preseason games. They split. They lost against the Lynx, and then they won against the Dream.
Oh, okay. The Dream.
Uh-huh.
That's who they won against in preseason?
They won against the Atlanta Dream. Yeah, that's the team
Okay,
they
the
beat
Atlanta
in
Dream.
East-
Okay.
The semis. The
Okay.
conference finals they beat them to get to the championship.
Oh, wonderful. Excellent. Okay. Okay. Well,
Uh-huh.
let's hope that, they can play and everything will be fine this year. I'm really rooting for them because I saw that production. I was reading it and I've been like, oh my God, I am so going to get down there and really follow them because I know that they can go far. They really can.
It's going to be a fun season.
It's going to be a lot. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And there's plenty of opportunities for teams. So I'm excited. But thank you, Cameron. I so appreciate it. So, Cam, we want you to come back.
Well, thank you for having me.
We want you to come back next month. I'm going to call you and be like, Cam, you got to give us an update on how the Valor's doing,
Okay.
and then also on the Wizards GM search and all of that stuff too. I'm sure that will be coming down the pipe as
Another
well.
thing about that GM story, from what I understand as well, the 3 remaining candidates that they had lined up, which were Troy Weaver from the Oklahoma City Thunder,
Okay.
who was like the assistant GM, was it Danny Ferry, son of Bob Ferry, so Danny Ferry's from here. Bob Ferry was the GM that, got the Bullets a championship back in the 70s. His son, Danny Ferry, was one of the candidates. And, of course, Tommy Shepard, who's the interim right now, was already there. Those 3 guys aren't strongly considered right now. The Wizards aren't budging to extend an offer to either one of those guys. They're not happy with not getting Tim Conley at all.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so maybe that's going
there could be
to, so
some
that might,
new candidates added.
what did you say, Cameron?
There could be new candidates added to this GM search. I'm hearing that Ujiri from the Raptors. And that's the name that I heard recently. It's possibly that they could be looking for Ujiri to interview him. But you have to wait for that Raptors series.
Yeah,
They're in a
Raptors series.
with the Bucks
That's
right
what
now.
I heard too. I heard it might be like someone from the Raptors that they were kind of looking at too. I did hear
Yeah,
that.
he's pretty good. He knows how to scout. That's for sure.
Yeah, he did. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, thank you, Cameron. We're going to talk to you next month, right? You're going to call in or come to the studio, whatever you want to do. But whatever's easier.
Sure.
But I want you to come back and give us an update and stuff like that, when you can. I don't want you to feel like pressured, but just when you can, we want you to give us a call back and tell us all the information that you so eloquently gave us today. So, all right?
For sure, I don't mind.
Okay, thank you so much, Cameron. You know what, Cameron? I just knew you were going to be so good for this because I was like, Cameron keeps me updated on stuff going on. Aline, you need to have him on your show. You need to have him. Let me introduce you. So I was like, anybody that's helping me like that needs to be on my show. So, and I knew you would be
I can
helpful.
definitely introduce to your show as well. It's people that actually cover the Mystics. I know somebody that covers the Valor. I got a lot of people that can give you some juicy information. All I have to do is talk to them about it, and I'll tell you if it's a go.
Please send them my way. Please, Cameron.
Sure.
All right, Cameron. Well, then I'll be talking to you offline. Okay. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
all right.
I'll be back in touch. Okay.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
You have a good one.
Okay, you too. You too. Oh, that was nice, right, PJ? We got a lot of information, right?
Yeah. A lot of things I learned.
I know. You know,
The Mystics and the Valor.
the other reason why I wanted to have my son on the show is because there was a billionaire who offered to pay, or who is paying Morehouse graduates the other day. He's paying like their entire college bill. So he's basically writing a $40 million check to Morehouse. And my son goes to Morehouse. Unfortunately, he's not part of the 2019 graduation class.
No, but
but
I heard they're like making a fund though. Like,
oh, they're making a fund. So that's why
they're-
I wanted
you
the
think?
inside scoop, PJ, because you know we need to probably be strategic about this now.
yeah, he paid like 2019 class
Okay.
their student debt. You know they're
Right.
in after they graduate. But I heard, I'm not exactly sure, so I'm not going to confirm it. But I heard that they're setting up something that will, you know, that will be there for years to come, so that
For other students.
for other students, you know.
That's excellent. Well, I hope that they continue to do that because I think that there's
Me too. me
there's
too,
a
me too.
need. And I mean, you know, what better than to go to a school where you have a lot, you know, it's an all men's college, African American men who are, you know, they graduate thinkers, they graduate thoughtful scholars, they graduate businessmen and doctors and lawyers and people like that, that acquire, you know, bills. It takes a lot to get there. So, and that school needs help. And I know that because I've been there. And I know they need that help. They're doing right, though, by these young men. And they graduate some wonderful young African-American men who can go out in our society and really be productive. So, all, you know, I think Robert, Robert Smith, I believe,
Robert
F.
Smith.
Smith.
Robert-
Yeah, Robert F. Smith. It's a funny story. I'll talk about it another time, but I did meet him a while ago, so I've been knowing about Robert Smith, but I know him through his older brother that I met in D.C. at an event. And he just told me that his brother was some well-known guy who had a chemical engineering background, and who worked for Goldman Sachs, and now he's ultra successful. And I ended up going to this event, and then I found out that his brother is actually a billionaire. And I was like, wow, how come nobody knows about Robert Smith? No one knows about him. I'm like, how is it that you are an African-American male who has a company, and you are a billionaire like Oprah, and no one knows about you? I mean, that was like huge. He was under the radar. And trust me, I think I met him like 9 years ago. He's been a billionaire for a minute. And his brother, he has an older brother that people will discover, but they don't talk about him. I don't know why. But anyway, he has an older brother, and his older brother told me he does. He has an older brother. They'll go into his life a little bit more, but he has an older brother, and his brother told me, you know, my brother was really great with numbers, so, you know, I guess so. He went to Goldman Sachs and he ran the whole investment company, and then he said, wait a minute, if I'm making this kind of money for Goldman Sachs, I might as well take this crap and make my own money. And he did, and he became a billionaire, so hats off to them. But anyway, that's really wonderful. So, hey, be on time. You know, that's my son. I got to check him. Be on time. Right? Right?
Getting some money.
Yes. You know, Mama Bear always got to be Mama Bear. So, shout out to my daughter. She is playing right now. She is playing in Orlando at the Professional Tennis Center. And she's playing From what I understand, I don't know when she's going to. I thought she was getting ready to play in a little while, but I don't know. It's some sort of delay. I thought she was playing tomorrow, but from what I hear, she's playing tonight. Anyway, she's vying for whoever wins the doubles in this NCAA big tournament in Orlando at the Professional Tennis Center will win a wild card into the U.S. Open.
How many matches does she have to win?
So she has to win like 6 matches or something like that. If she wins all 6 of them, then she wins the double. So it's not just her, it's her and a partner. So she'll win the wild card. No. I do not know the seeding. So good luck to Alana. Anyway, guys, I will see you next week. Michael Brown will be here. We will be talking about abortion and impeachment next week. So the abortion ban and impeachment next week with Michael Brown. You want to tune into that. It's going to be a really good show next week. And then we get back into the playoffs the week after. And we got some other good things going on. Anyway, it's your girl. I didn't get this right. We the shit coming up.
You got to tell him I'm going to be here next week, too.
Yeah, and my son will be here. Most of the summer, he's going to be co-hosting with me. So we will be here. PJ will be here as well. We the shit coming up. Don't miss them. That show is thebomb.com. I'll holler at you guys later. Lena 7, The Hustle. I'm out. WLVS Radio. Later.